Hey, this is Adam White, the landing page whisperer, and this is the perfect SaaS landing page. If you want to learn how to convert more visitors into trials and into customers, this is the video for you. So let's get started. First, why should you trust me? I've been doing digital marketing for over 20 years. I've built and sold 5 SaaS companies and 15 other internet businesses. I love landing page optimization and conversion rate optimization. I do it for fun. In the last 20 years, I've successfully optimized hundreds of landing pages. And a little personal about me: faith, family, golf, movies, in that order. Anyways, let's get moving forward. Just a quick shout out to Harry from marketingexamples.com and also Julian Shapiro from Julian.com. Both of those guys are super smart marketers. Shout out to them. Go check out their stuff. You'll see that they teach a lot of the same things. All right. First thing we're going to talk about is above the fold on your landing page. Now, above the fold, I'm going to assume you know what it means, but just really quickly, means what you see when you first come to a landing page before you have to scroll down at all. That is above the fold. Now, that's the most important section of your website because you have basically 3 to 5 seconds to convince somebody that they're in the right place and that they should keep reading. And so I'm going to teach you how to use the above the fold section of your website to keep the visitors on the page, to get them reading, and to get them to actually take action. So let's get into that. Now, the question you have to ask yourself is, if the visitor reads only this part of your page, in other words, above the fold, will they know exactly what you sell? So you have to ask that question and look at it very objectively. So here's the 5 things that really matter in the above the fold section. And we'll go over each of these individually. But first is you need to explain the value of your SaaS. What value does your SaaS offer? In other words, what pain point or problem is it solving? That you do in the title. And then next is you got to get specific on how your software will give that value. And that is the subtitle. Then the third one is you let the user see your software in action, something visual. Fourth is remove doubts that it will work. In other words, social proof. And then fifth is give a single clear next step, your call to action. All right, so let's look at each one of these individually. So first one, explain the value of your SaaS. Now the title is this big headline over here on the left. You see the arrow pointing to it. And this is from helpdesk.com. They do a good job. These guys are testing all the time and do a really good job with their landing pages. So for example, handle 10 times more support cases with Help Desk. You can see that what they're doing here is they're not just saying Help Desk software, right? They're saying, here's the value that we're going to provide to you. You can do 10 times as many support cases using our Help Desk software. So they're explaining the value of their SaaS extremely quickly. In one quick headline, with their Help Desk software, you can do way more support cases. And this is the number one most important thing. Again, address the pain point, address the problem, and how your software solves that problem. Okay. Number 2, get specific in how your software provides value, the subtitle. So you can see here, these guys have bullet points. Sometimes you'll see sentences, test everything. You can try lots of different things. You never know what's going to resonate with your audience, but they're doing bullet points. You can see messages from many channels in one place, 60% quicker response time with automations, AI tools for writing some. So they're getting very specific on how you're going to do 10 times as many support cases using their platform. Number 3, let the user see your software in action. And I'll show you a couple different ways that landing pages do this. But here you can see there's a screenshot of someone actually using the software. Sometimes you can do a GIF image. Sometimes you can do a video. It just depends on what you want to do. Again, I say test everything. Try all 3 of those things and see which one converts the best. But you want to show the software being used. Here's another way, and I've tested both of these where you have over on the right side, you have the screenshot of the software, and then down below, you have the screenshot of the software. I've tested both of these, and depending on the site, one converts better than the other. It's not a clear rule of which one is better. So I say try them both out and then test and see which one converts higher. But you'll see both ways like this. All right, and then remove doubts that it will work. In other words, provide social proof. And here you can see that it says trusted by 7,000 customer success experts. And then they have some of the logos there. And then you also have those little check marks above above the headline and below the call to action there, 14-day free trial. These are all things that remove doubts and concerns, right? And then give a clear next step, call to action. And they have their sign up for free, and they have it both in the top right and right below their subtitle. Now, just want you to recognize that the sign up free button up top on the right and the one down below, they're exactly the same. They don't say anything different. They don't look any different. They're exactly the same. So be very consistent with those. It will help not confuse people. Now, the one thing I would say is these guys do have the view demo button. And, this is something you should test because technically you're giving somebody 2 calls to action, view the demo or sign up for free. So test it, because you never know. Maybe they need to see a demo before they're willing to sign up or to start a trial. And that's why you do it, and maybe they don't. So test having 1 or 2 buttons there. Typically you want to give a single clear next step. All right. So that concludes the above the fold section. Hopefully I didn't go through it too fast, but you can go back and rewatch this video and kind of and see again what you need to do. Now let's talk about below the fold. So there's 5 more things that we want to do below the fold. Now this is where you have a little more leeway and you can do things differently because now you've got your people are scrolling at this point, and so you've hooked them enough to get them to be interested enough to learn more. So you have a little more leeway in how this goes. But for the most part, here's what you want to do. First thing is you want to show features and address objections. Then you want to give more social proof. You had some at the top. Now we want more. We want to resolve any other concerns. Do another mini above the fold section, like you're almost copying what's above the fold. It'll be a little bit different, but very similar. And then you do a note from the founder that kind of just says, hey, let me personalize this for you and tell you, hey, I'm like you, and here's why. It helps them relate to you. So we'll go through those. Number 6, show features and address objections. So, and this is, again, I've seen different ways that this is done, and you can test all of these things, but this one, it's got the little tabs up top, and you can kind of toggle between each different thing. And then they're kind of highlighting where the special features are on all of that. So that's one way to do this. Another way is just kind of the toggled diagonal down the page, one feature. The one thing I want to point out here is when you do features like this, what you want to do is do benefits, right? The headline should be benefits. And then what's below can either be a little bullet point list or a paragraph. That's where you can get into features. But the actual benefits that people are getting from those features is what you want to lead with on each of these little headlines in your features section. Like on this one, for example, you can see find new keywords that will drive more traffic and sales, right? That's a benefit. I could have just said here, keyword research tool. That's true. It is what it is, but that's not the benefit. And so you do want to just lead with benefits on those headlines. All right. So now you want to give more social proof. And again, there's more ways than one to do this. On this one, it's a bunch of awards, right? From trusted vendors. And then you can see also that when you have more social proof, it's very common to put another call to action in there just because you're now hitting these people harder and trying to sell them harder, right? So another type of social proof is just how many people are using the software, reviews from different platforms. And again, you make sure you hit with a call to action. And then the other one is testimonials. You want to show that people are actually using these. Now, just as a quick side note to testimonials, if you can, you always want to include a picture of the person, and video testimonials are going to be better than written testimonials, but something is better than nothing. And then the next step is to put in frequently asked questions. And this is where you are literally just going to answer any other concerns that they may have. In other words, you're thinking to yourself, all right, they've made it this far. What questions do they have that they want answered before they're willing to move forward? Like, is it easy to cancel? How easy it is to set up? Do I need to pay with a credit card to start? Any of these things, you can answer those right here, all of their questions. If they've made it this far, again, they're interested and they want to learn more. And so you just take the time to answer any concerns that they might have to get them to take the next step. And then you hit them with another, like we talked about before, a mini above the fold section. So this is, again, you got the headline there, the sign up button, and then some of the social proof and the thing in action. This is when we're just asking for the sale. And then at the end, you could do a letter from the founder. And where you put this can just really, again, you have some leeway on below the fold, so you can put this up higher if you want to. But this is from Intercom, and they're a VC-backed company. They're huge, but they still do this, right? They have a letter from the CEO. What you're doing with this section is saying, hey, my name is Adam White, and I was just like you. I couldn't figure out how to blah, 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 blah. And then that's why I built this SaaS company. That's what you want to do. It's just kind of personalize it, let them know they're dealing with a person and not with just a huge corporation like this, like Intercom is. They're putting a face to the name. Although I would say include a small picture of the person right there. But letter from the founder. So those are the key pieces that you want when you're building out a landing page that's going to convert high. So now that I've said all of this, I would say to you, don't take my word for it. Don't just take my word for it. Test everything. And I've already said that. A couple of places just to go see what they do and maybe just try to copy them even. Chatbot.com. They're one of the companies that I was just telling you about that they're just like helpdesk.com. These guys test landing pages all the time. In fact, I guarantee you, if you open up that website in 2 different browsers or even like 2 different private tabs, you'll get different landing pages because they're literally testing all the time. And then the other one that's always doing something very interesting is Basecamp.com. These guys are kind of the OGs of landing page optimization. And right now their landing page is it's really interesting because it breaks all of the norms that you would think. And they're constantly doing this, or they're just trying something that's totally different than everything you've seen before. So right now it's almost like a big sales letter, kind of going back to that old school thing. So it's very like what you see here, the snapshot literally is their homepage. The very first thing you see does not look like a typical landing page. Anyways, check those guys out for inspiration. Here's some tools that will help you. Visual Website Optimizer and Squid Vision. Visual Website Optimizer allows you to do A/B testing. So you can actually test one landing page against another. And you can set what the conversion is. If it's a trial, if it's a sign up, if I'm trying to just get leads, whatever that is, you can set that and then figure out which landing pages are doing better. They have a free version that gives you a lot of options depending on how big you are. And then if you're really big, there's paid options, but it's totally worth it. And then Squid Vision, on full transparency, I'm a co-founder of Squid Vision. We built this literally to do landing page optimization. You can see that it takes a snapshot of a landing page and then shows you how much revenue each of your calls to action or links or buttons are generating. So you can see what pieces of your landing page are actually driving signups and revenue. And you can drill down, it's pretty organic. So squidvision.com. All right, that's it for this video. You can get a free landing page audit from me if you just go to landingpagewhisperer.com. I'd love to take a look at your landing page and give you feedback. I'll roast it for you. I'll be nice about it, but I will help you increase conversions or tell you exactly what you need to do to increase conversions on the page. Ultimately, I'd love to work with you and help you design a new landing page that will really convert well. But go get a free landing page audit from me. We'll start there. Landingpagewhisperer.com. Thanks, guys, for watching this video.